So today's walk on the beach starting a little bit different and hopefully ending a little bit different. We're going to walk this morning 20,000 steps that way. Let's see how we get on. Who knows? Maybe I'll get the 20,000 in. Maybe the gammy leg will pack up. Maybe the sun will get too hot. That's the reason I came out so early. But anyway, let's just take in that sunrise and carry on. Now my guess is we're on about 4,000 steps at the minute, because at high tide this is normally where I get stopped. But I think we'll be fine. Or I can walk a little bit further out and there's a sandbank there that I can walk along. But the waves aren't crashing particularly hard, so I think we'll just carry on as we're going. Well, my sandbank seems to have run out. It's going to get deep, so it was time to roll up the shorts and see if we get wet or not. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, we're fine. Right, this might be a tricky bit now, but these people in the bright clothes, unsung heroes of Hua Hin Beach, I see them every morning collecting litter. Now, oh, she's turned back. That's not a good sign. Right, question, do I wait or get wet? The tide is going out. Can't see the sandbank. Decisions, wait or get wet. Now, this is where it's a tricky decision, because I am probably going to get wet because these waves are breaking. Gently, of course, gently. But if I wait, then that thing is going to get me and stop me doing 20,000 steps. It's getting deeper. I can't see any way past this. Yeah, everyone else is waiting or turning back. Oh no, right. We've got some people coming. Anyway, I don't want to film them, but let's see if they've got a path through. Well, we did. We're back in shallowish ground. They did have a route through, and I did stand and watch them. And I did thank them. So, yeah. We should get all the way down. So as you can see, I'm about, I don't know, 30 metres out. And I've just got done by a wave. Hey ho. Yeah, so where is it? It's up to my knees. Well, we're just coming up to 6,000 steps. Not far from Monkey Mountain, but I can begin to feel the heat. It's getting hot. So it is 10 to 7 in the morning. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to do 20,000 steps this morning along the beach. We've done the tricky bit of walking past the higher tide moments. So, famous last words, but it should be plain sailing from here. So we are just coming up to 7,500 steps. You can see the Golden Buddha on Monkey Mountain in front of me, Khao. And I think we're going to go in that direction between the mountain and the building to try and get to Khao Beach. I don't think it's going to be that difficult, but never walked there before. And yeah, we started walking, it's 7:05. Started walking about 20 to 6. So what's that? It's an hour and a half for 7,500. This is really another 2 and a bit hours walking, and the sun is looking like it's going to get scorcho. So, will we do it? Will we do 20,000 steps this morning in one hit? Only one way to find out, and that's put each foot in front of the other one and crack on. Right, we are back on the sand. So the flip-flops are back in the bag. We're on the sand. We're on the other side of Takiap Mountain, Monkey Mountain, and the sun is getting scorchy. Good news, I've just hit the 10,000 step mark, so it's halfway in that direction. Now, just a point, if you are in this part of the world, I had the most fantastic barbecue at this restaurant. Absolutely gorgeous. Whole lot of food for not a lot of money. It was brilliant, and it was beautifully cooked for me on the barbecue. I'll put a video up later on today by my friend Nisha. It was absolutely lovely, absolutely great, but obviously no time for stuff like that. We've got another 10,000 steps to get done. See you in a bit. Right, before we crack on, if I'm going to spend another hour and a half or so walking under that sun, I'm going to need what's in my hand. It's my hat. It's my old Australian exploring hat. Yeah, it's too hot not to, what's it, 7:45 in the morning. You need to have a hat on. Anyway, onwards and upwards, people. Well, I think that must be about 12,000 on the clock. So last time I looked, it was about 11 and a half. So we're a fair way down this beach. Not sure what those two little islands are. So that's Monkey Mountain. What are those? Someone shout it in the comments, or I'll look it up and stick it on the screen. Anyway, it's hot. 8:10 in the morning, and it's now scorchio. So yeah, that's why I got up at 5:30 to start this. So 12,000. Just looked on Google Maps. Now there's a place that I really would like to sort of end this walk, which would be really cool, and it could well be at the 20,000 step mark. Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. But if it is, it'd be a really nice way to end this walk. And yeah, lovely morning so far. Well, we're at 13,000 steps and the leg's playing up. But luckily for me, there's a load of deck chairs here. It looks like a sort of chalet campsite. I tell you what, it very much reminds me of places I used to stay at in France as a kid. You know, the pine forest by the beach, straight on the beach. It's quite rustic, but it's charming. Tell you what, if the chalets have got air conditioning, I'll come down here in the week and I'll book one for the night and I'll show you around, because it does look quite an idyllic place on the beach, and certainly a good spot to rest my dodgy leg for 10-15 minutes, or until someone says to me I shouldn't be sat in these deck chairs. I don't think they will. This is Thailand, everyone's lovely. So we're a good slung on the other side of Monkey Mountain, sorry, and 7,000 steps to go that way. See you in a bit. Have you noticed something's missing? My table. My table is over there, as is the other chair. So I'm now just me, as the guy came over and somehow we managed to communicate with a little bit of translate. But I think I explained I only wanted one chair, so he took everything else away. And we got to the point where he wrote in the sand. You can make out that 20 there, but it's 20 baht, and he's now on his way back with my change. So, to be honest, yeah, leg is hurting, so 20 baht, which is 50 pence, is an absolute bargain. What? Oh, okay. Well, that's it. Chap didn't have any change. So he's very kindly said I can have my chair for free. That's nice. Thailand's lovely like that. Thailand really is. You know, I know plenty of experiences in other countries where a jobsworth would be like, sorry, I haven't got any change, you'll have to go. Instead he just turned around and said, no, you keep it. It's cool. Anyway, we will rest a little and then we will finish off this walk. See you in a bit. Tell you what, it is nice here. It is tranquil, and I've had those conversations in my head. Should I move down here from the centre of Hua Hin? This is very peaceful. But forget peaceful for a moment. We've just locked in just over 15,000 steps. So I'm never very good really judging distance. So, but I guess when we get around the end of the bay, it's going to be about 5,000 steps from here. That would seem to fit with where I want to be, for what I want to do. And yeah, so it actually seems to have cooled down. I don't know if there's a breeze coming in, but it does seem to have cooled down. I've got my hat on, that could well be a reason. So anyway, we're nearly there, well, 3/4 of the way there, and yeah, we're a good distance from home. See you in a bit. Well, that is our 17,500 up. Strangely, only showing it's like walking like 9 or 10 kilometres, and it seems a lot longer. But anyway, I think we will probably get to the end of this beach. Another minor point, we've got to work out how to get off this beach. So, yeah. Anyway, it looks like the fishing boats aren't doing much today, doesn't it? Because I think the next high tide is not till midnight. So, there's a few boats out there, but it does look like the fishermen have got a well-deserved day off. Because I imagine if the tide was right, they'd be out. Well, we're 18 and a bit thousand steps in, and we've got a limp. And the problem is, we've got a limp on the good leg. So this is the bad leg, and this is the good leg. And the bad leg is aching, and the good leg is limping. The joys of getting old. If anyone under 30 is actually watching this video, you've got it all to come. Especially if you have used your 30s and 40s like I did. Anyway, so we've got some condos here, and of course anytime I see something different, I think to myself, oh, I could move here. I mean, this is peace and quiet. It is just coming up to 10 o'clock, and it is tranquility. I kind of quite like tranquility. Don't get me wrong, I can do a bit of noise. My day to day, I do like peace and quiet. Bit of a boring old fart on the sly. Anyway, 2,000 steps to go, ish. Thousand steps. It's only taken me just under 5 hours. I set off walking at 5:40. Yeah, it's too far. I've really enjoyed the walk. It's been wonderful, and of course the sights, beautiful. I've never been down to this part, down to Khao, past Khao Taki. Beautiful, tranquil place. Yeah. 5 hours walking, and sometimes it's not soft, it's pretty rock solid sand, some of it. So yeah, my legs are feeling it. So it will be turn around and walk back. No, I'm joking. I am not turning around and walking back. Find my way off the beach, get a grab or a bolt back to the centre of Hua Hin, and then it will be a coffee, and then I think it will be sit in the jacuzzi. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed my stroll along the beach. Not today, but tomorrow I'm going to come down here and I'm going to have a proper explore. So that'll be tomorrow's videos. So I hope to see you there. And I think we should really go up there, shouldn't we, tomorrow? Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.